As part of preparations for the 2019 Disrupt Digital Gold Rush Conference, Africa Fintech Foundry, the innovation hub of Access Bank, hosted a press briefing on the plans that have been put in place for the summit. Executive Director, Digital Operations and IT, Mr. Adeolu Bajomo, gave insight into the objective of the one-day forum and how it will impact the financial market and economy.
We feel that it's very important, using the AFF platform, Africa Fintech platform, to create a space where aspiring techpreneurs, fintechs can actually come, share ideas, be given a space where they can collaborate, coexist, and also be exposed to, if you like, banking standards in terms of compliance, in terms of exposure, in terms of security, and then we give them a sandbox where they can test their ideas and test it in a robust manner that is actually compliant with all the regulation that are in place. Because with fintechs, if you think of it really, these are people who are operating at the speed of light, they come up with great ideas, they're running very fast. But you can't do payments or take people's money without strong regulation and strong compliance in place. And that's what banks are known for. That's what banks are strong for. So we marry these two together to actually create the vibrancy that is required to drive, if you like, the economy, to get our youths engaged, to position Nigeria as actually a melting pot for innovation and technology in Africa. We're going to talk about, deep issues. Some of the deep issues that are impacting fintechs is around regulation, for example. So we're going to talk around regulation. We're going to have panels, that have the regulators, the lawyers, and they will share insights both from a CBN perspective, a SET perspective, an industry practitioner perspective. But like I said at the start, this is really about creating the energy, the platform, the buzz that actually allows fintechs, to innovate, to meet, to connect, to share ideas, and to create the next generation of products that will actually disrupt the market.
Head Africa Fintech Foundry, Mr. Segun Adeniyi, speaking further, laid out the activities that will feature during the conference and the resource persons that will grace the occasion.
Our goal as AFF is primarily to position ourselves and our partner bank, Access Bank, as the thought leader within innovation, disruption, and creativity in the technology space. The idea being for technology enthusiasts, when you think about a bank and a hub to partner with, we want ourselves to be top of mind there. And we've been very successful in positioning ourselves thereof. For Disrupt, what to expect is primarily a multiplicity of offerings, from a learning opportunity to a demonstration opportunity, and even for networking. From a learning perspective, we've got a number of industry players who are taking some speaking sessions and some master classes around 6 or about 7 subject areas, and that continues to expand. We will be categorizing people based on their interest into those master classes and giving deep knowledge about the themes for each of those master classes. From a networking perspective, I said earlier, it's over 5,000 technology enthusiasts. There's an investors corner, there's a legal corner, there's various of our partners who are putting up various exhibition stands and offering unique value propositions to the various attendees who are also part of that. There's an opportunity also with regards to exchanging ideas for the startup players. There are various personnel and areas that we can go into to have conversations with the stakeholders there.
Anita Odiete also shared further updates on the Women in Technology session that will constitute part of the event.
We continue to see that in this new era, which is a digitally led era, we are finding women playing significant roles in the tech space. For example, we can look at the top Fortune 500 companies where we have leading women like Sheryl Sandberg, we have Marissa Mayer, we have Meg Wickman, we have Virginia Rometty, Juliette Ehinwan, and the likes. If we think about organizations that are trying to mold the future of tech by training teenage young girls on how to code, we have Girls Develop It, we have organizations like Girls Who Code, who are teaching teenage girls the importance of technology and the reason to be in that space. We also have women who are leading disruptive tech hubs and startups in Nigeria. We have Magan Hogan Famodu, we have Damilola Teidi, we have Lola Kasim, we have Shalakwe Hamon, just to mention a few. And we also think about people that are leveraging on technology to create disruptive solutions. We have people like Adia Sowo, we have Barbara Yayi, to also mention a few. So we can see that we can certainly ask ourselves, okay, what does the future hold? Is this a trend that is here to stay? I mean, like they say, what a man can do, a woman can do better. So does that mean that the technology industry is about to experience a major disruption in the hands of women? I mean, we find out more about all this at the conference. We also plan to have a panel discussion on women in tech, future perfect technology.
Mr. Segun Adeniyi, in an interview, outlined the essence of the summit and what the Africa Fintech Foundry Digital Conference hopes to achieve.
2019, our primary goal is to position ourselves as the thought leader and innovator within the technology space and financial services in Nigeria. And when I say ourselves, that's primarily Africa Fintech Foundry, as well as our partner, Access Bank. There are a number of other things we want to achieve, but that is what overrides that, all of them. Some of the other things we want to achieve is give a learning experience, a deep learning experience to an audience, a relevant audience to that effect, around the areas of disruptive technologies, the fact that data has become the new gold, and the fact that technology is no longer a single profession, but now an enabler across a multiplicity of industries. We're going to be doing that in a number of ways. There are a number of dedicated sessions for learning, in addition to all the speaking sessions and the panels. There are about 7 master classes which are focused on deep learning. There are going to be dedicated sessions to showcase technology as an enabler across a multiplicity of industries, and that's going to be judged by the fact that we had a startup challenge already, which starts that process, where we narrowed down from about 17 or 19 startups to top 5, and then we're going to showcase those top 5 at the conference and award a $10,000 reward to the number 1 in that set. The advantage of that for us is we're able to show the audience what technology is doing to disrupt various other industries.
Speaking on the issue of regulation, do you think the presence of some regulators that you have stated in the course of the press conference will be able to prefer a level of solution around the issue of fintech and regulation?
I think there's an underlying thing in your question, which is there are issues around fintechs and regulations. The truth about that is that it's an aching pain for regulators and players in the industry. Every stakeholder is looking for the best way to resolve that. What we're looking and hoping to achieve at the conference is a thought-provoking, interactive way for the people who are trying to solve the problem, who are the guys that we have brought onto the panel, and the people who are dealing with the problem, who are the audience. We hope to achieve a very interactive and engaging session. We expect that the panelists will get some feedback from the audience, which they can take away in providing solutions. The audience as well, we get an understanding of some of the challenges that go with the problem, and hopefully lead us all into providing disruptive, innovative solutions to address them.
The 2019 Disrupt Conference, focusing on the theme Digital Gold Rush, Building a Sustainable Tech Economy. One thing is clear, that the AFF and Access Bank are making significant strides in providing a platform to deepen the fintech ecosystem in Nigeria.